Scene. Kovannin is escorted to a small but well-decorated and not uncomfortable meeting room. In the center of the room is a comfortable chair, and against the wall is a table loaded with pastries, cuts of meat, cheeses, fruits, etc., and a selection of beverages, including alcohol, with generous-sized cups and plates. Nobody joins Kovannin in the room. In fact, everybody leaves. Kovannin does not help herself to the food and beverages and does not sit down. After some time, what can only be described as an immaculate and uncomfortably sexy artificial body soundlessly enters the room. It stands at an imposing 7'1", and it is garbed in a smart black and silver uniform, unadorned with any marks of rank, with a video screen for a head that displays Meliora Lambrecht's blonde visage. The robotics and mechanics that power the body, along with its movements, are silent. Meliora's retinue of proxy selves that she employs to have some facsimile of physical presence everywhere only make sound when they want to. Without saluting, Deliverance's benevolent shepherd speaks via the proxy self.
Kovannin, it's good to see you.
It's good to see you as well, benevolent shepherd, so to speak. To what do I owe the pleasure of this audience?
Meliora, please. It's about you, Kovannin.
Of course, Meliora. What about me?
Well, it just seems like you haven't been your usual self lately.
Is that so? I am perhaps still getting used to this new position. I'm not much for being any kind of active representative or envoy, and my place has always been on the battlefield.
I disagree. You just weren't ever given the opportunity to choose differently for yourself. But you're still so young, Kovannin. A child your age has no place on the battlefield. Don't you agree?
Kovannin sucks in a breath and masks her tension. Perhaps not. But I prefer to be where I'm needed. Even before the mercy of deliverance arrived at Dinhark, I was fighting. From the age of 7, I knew only battle. That deliverance swept in 5 years after that to find me as I was and help my people liberate themselves. It was a kindness I am uncertain I can ever repay. You say I had no choice. I say I made one eventually.
Well, now you're here and your role is different. And it is good and right for you to be here doing this thing. I have full confidence in you and your abilities to perform this new role just as admirably and expertly as you did your old one.
She smiles, and on the surface it is pleasant, but beneath that it is dangerous.
Deliverance will always have need for the black sheep, Kovannin.
Of course, Meliora. I will not let you down.
I know you won't, but this isn't about me. This is about you. I'm worried about you.
It's spoken in that way that says you should be worried about you. Kovannin keeps calm. Ah, that will not do. How may I ease your anxieties? The screen, that is the proxy self's head, quickly flickers to a image of a cerulean-covered triangle-shaped emblem with a floofy, horned black sheep on it, and that image lingers for a moment before flickering back to Meliora's calm, in air quotes, friendly face.
Do you know what this emblem means?
I've seen it around from time to time, and I can't say I'm the biggest fan of it. You know how I feel about having become an icon, but perhaps I should be taking the fact that whoever has been plastering that emblem around picked a black sheep less personally. Perhaps it is a coincidence.
I've never been one to believe in coincidences myself, to be honest.
I have a difficult time not believing in them. I feel luck has been such a major factor in my life, and this is irrelevant. About that emblem. I usually see it on the outskirts of Novato, the capital of Sanjast, a country on the planet of Ulau, in Deliverance's our territory. It's usually in communities occupied by more vulnerable populations, so I presumed it to be some form of marker indicating locations that were safe, not unlike the three-tailed arrows my people, the Ashai, used to mark those we knew to be friends. I was in the process of looking more deeply into it before I was reassigned to this new position.
I see. Thank you, Kovannin. Is there anything I can do to assist you in acclimating to your new position so we can have the old you back?
I don't necessarily see all change as a thing to be concerned with, especially not this change that has been observed in me. If you wish me to speak frankly, Meliora, and I know you do, I have just been ruminating on my place and goals, and it's likely that that is the cause of my unusual demeanor. I went from a world where everything was certain and I knew what needed doing to a world of comfort to which I am unaccustomed. It is not that I doubt our mission nor my orders, merely that I wish, I miss when things were the kind of stressful and complicated I understood.
That's kind of sad.
I'll sort myself out. I'm still young and thus working through those hormones and whatever.
Of course. I remember being a similar way myself when I was around your age. I look forward to the speedy return of the Kovannin I know and love.
Of course.
One more thing. Your call sign, Kovannin. It's a word in your people's native language.
Yes, it is. Everyone just started calling me it and it stuck. I'm quite partial to it.
What does it mean?
ah, she laughs as if delighted to tell her, though it's actually more over the fact that there's no way Meliora could ever fact check this. The Ashai people were genocided and their language was almost utterly obliterated despite Deliverance's best efforts to help them preserve it. There were maybe a dozen native speakers left in the galaxy, and Kovannin was one of them. It means little Weta, she smiles. A Weta is a kind of absurdly hardy insect on my home planet.
I see. I can see why it stuck. It suits you. Be well, Kovannin, and all things deliverance.
And you as well, and all things deliverance, Meliora. Kovannin doesn't even dare breathe a sigh of relief nor relax after Meliora's imposing proxy self soundlessly strides away. She just returns to her desk and gets back to work, trying not to look tense. Done.